Good afternoon, boys and girls. I want to tell you a really nice story. So there was a really big tzaddik. His name was Hillel, and Hillel loved learning Torah. Hillel was very poor, and the place that he went to learn Torah was the yeshiva, where there were two great rabbis, great teachers. Their names were Shmaya and Avtalion. Shmaya and Avtalion. These were the rebbes of Hillel. Hillel loved to learn Torah from Shmaya and Avtalion. And every day, Hillel would work very hard. Did very hard work, and he didn't make much money. Part of the money he brought home and he gave it to his wife so that she could buy food and clothes for the children, for the family. And the rest of the money he used to pay to get into the yeshiva. In that yeshiva, you had to pay money. There were lots of teachers that the money were needed for. There was a security guard who was guarding the yeshiva. There was people that took care of the lawn. There was a lot of reasons that the yeshiva needed money. So everybody, all the students, needed to pay money to learn there. And so every day Hillel would work hard, and with the money that he made, some of the money he would give to his wife, and then the rest of the money he would use to come to the base medrash, to the yeshiva, to learn. But one day it was Friday. He worked very hard, and he made very little money that day. He only had enough money to give to his wife so that she could buy food for Shabbat. But he didn't have enough money to go to the yeshiva. But he wanted to learn Torah so bad. He wanted to hear his rabbis teaching Torah. He didn't know what to do. He came and he asked the guard, "Please let me come in." But the guard said, "I'm sorry. If you don't have the money, you can't come in." But Hillel wanted to learn so bad. He could see through the window the rabbis teaching Torah and all the students learning Torah. And he wanted to learn so bad. So what did he do? He knew on top of the roof, on top of the building, on the roof, there was a big skylight. The skylight's like a window on the ceiling. It's really nice. The skylight is good because it helps bring light into a room, because when the sun is shining, it shines through the window on the top of the roof and it makes the room lighter. And Hillel knew that there was a skylight up there. So you're not going to believe what Hillel did. He climbed up the entire yeshiva. He climbed up the side of the building, and he got to the top of the roof. And he went and he put his ear against the skylight, and he was able to hear his rebbes teaching Torah. He was so excited. He was listening so carefully. He was thinking about what they were saying so hard that he didn't even realize that it started to snow. And it snowed so much that it just piled up. It was like a giant pile of snow on top of him. And he didn't even realize that the snow was there because he was enjoying the Torah learning from his Rebbe so much. He felt so warm and so comfortable up there, even though everybody else would be freezing under all that snow. And it was such a terrible snowstorm, not a terrible snowstorm, but it was such a big snowstorm that the snow kept piling up and piling up and piling up. And guess what? There was so much snow that Hillel couldn't even get out of there. It became so heavy, he couldn't even move. But he didn't bother him, because he continued to learn Torah from his rabbis. But then when he wanted to move, he couldn't get up. Oh no, what is he going to do? And he couldn't call anybody. His arms, everything was stuck. Whoa, what was going to be? Luckily, his rabbis looked up. They were wondering, whoa, how come it's starting to get a little dark in here? And they looked up and they saw on the skylight, they could see the shape of a body up there. They said, hey, whose body is up there? What's going on? So they sent people up to climb up on the roof, and they took off all the snow, and Hillel was under all the snow, and his body was like frozen. He wasn't bothered by it. He didn't even realize how cold his body had become. So they brought him downstairs and they warmed him up. And Baruch Hashem, got much better. He was feeling much better. But wow, look what we could learn, a story from a person who loved Torah so much. He didn't want to be away from learning Torah. He climbed up on the roof. He put his ear against the skylight. He didn't even realize when the snow was piling up on top of him. Wow, no wonder Hillel became such a tremendous Talmid Chacham. He was really a fantastic Talmid Chacham. He loved Torah. He loved his rabbis. He loved Hashem. And Hillel was a really, really great man. Everybody have a wonderful day. I love you. Bye.